Hi Praveen, how are you?
Yeah, fine, sir. What about you, sir?
I'm absolutely fine. Thank you for asking. Can you tell us something about yourself?
Yeah, thank you for giving this opportunity to myself. My name is Praveen. I am from Warangal. I have total 4.1 years of experience in IT. In
Hmm.
that 4.1 years of experience, I have worked as a manual and API testing. Yeah, currently I'm working with a company is called Cyber City F&B LLP from Hyderabad. In that company, I am working as a manual and API. Currently, I am working on a e-commerce domain project.
Hmm.
In that project, there is two streams: inbound and outbound.
Hmm.
The main objective of the application is sending the items to the end user and adding the new items to the applications. So
Hmm.
in that process, we are following the Agile methodology. In Agile methodology, we have sprint ceremonies like sprint planning meeting, daily
Hmm.
stand-up call, bug stress call, sprint review, sprint retrospective meeting.
Hmm.
Coming to my day-to-day activities, when after complete the sprint planning meeting, when user story is assigned with my name, I analyze the user story and I prepare the test scenarios.
Hmm.
After complete the test scenarios, I approve when test scenarios are approved. I will write the test cases. After complete the test cases, I'm waiting for the approval. When developer deploy the code into test environment, I perform the smoke testing. After complete the smoke testing, I will execute the test cases. In
Hmm.
that process, if any bug occurred, I will follow the bug defect life cycle to assign the developer.
Hmm.
In that, if that affect on any API, I will test the API with Postman to like entering method, enter valid API, select to enter token, content type.
Hmm.
After the submitting the request, I will verify the status code and validate the response data.
Hmm.
I have basic experience in SQL and familiar with Agile and Jira.
Hmm. Okay, great. Wonderful. So you are using Postman for API testing.
Yes.
Hmm. Okay. Do you have any collection API testing collection suite that you can showcase us in this mock interview? And you can elaborate how you are performing API testing using Postman tool.
Collection, sir.
Sorry?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure, sure. So you are using Postman tool, like right
Yes.
API testing. So do you have any test suite or collection with you handy over here, which you can showcase to us, and you can explain in detail how you are performing API testing?
Currently, I don't have. And
Okay.
I will explain. I will explain process.
Yes, yes.
Collections.
Hmm.
Yeah, collections are used to save the APIs, which is used for future reference or reusable.
Hmm. Okay. Then what
That's it.
else? Yes. Yes, Praveen. Anything else you would like to add? How do you perform detail level of testing of API? How do you validate whether this API is working fine or not?
By validating the response time,
Hmm.
status code,
Status code you will verify. Okay, what else?
response time.
Hmm. Okay. Then you can also keep some sort of assertions in
Yeah, I
Postman. You
don't
can
have
all.
knowledge on.
Yes, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes, Praveen, you would like to give answer or anything you would like to add?
No, sir. You
Okay.
can help me that.
Okay, fine. So whenever you are being asked this question in an interview, in a real-time interview, how do you perform API testing using Postman? So what you can do is you can showcase your collection, any collection that you have in which you have performed the API testing. You can showcase how you are validating the response codes. You can showcase the various assertions that you can keep. What are the different variables that you are having in Postman and how you are using them in Postman in API validation, right? So those kind of things you will have to explain.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Why you are using only Postman? Why not any other tool? Right. So those also questions can be asked to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's say if I have a particular request, if I have one particular API request, and in the production environment, there is an issue pertaining to that API request. First, three times when you hit that API, the response code is coming 200. Okay. But if you hit that
Yeah.
API the fourth time in the sequence, it is giving you 500 internal server error. Now you have to validate it using Postman. So how will you perform testing? First three,
Again, we testing that API.
yes. How will you test
In
that API?
yeah.
First three times it is giving you 200 okay as a response code. Fourth time it is giving you 500 internal server error.
Again, we execute with the same API.
Yes, same
If it
API.
again, yeah, again, if it shows the 500 internal server,
Mhm. Yes, in the fourth time it is showing
we log the bug.
yes,
We
bug.
log the bug.
Correct. So bug you will log, but how will you test it? Right? You will have to reproduce that issue once before you create a ticket in Jira, right?
Yeah, we test with the different environmentals.
Hmm.
Yeah, we test with the API with different environmentals.
Yeah, that is fine. Different environment is also fine. For example, you came to know in the staging environment that issue is there, right? So in the staging environment, you will test. But how will you reproduce this issue? What will be your test strategy?
Yeah, you can help in that.
Okay, no worries. See, actually, if you have to iterate some particular request, maybe one time or 50 times or 100 times or 10 times in Postman, then you can use collection runner, right? Postman allows you to iterate a request multiple times using collection runner. And in that collection runner,
Yes.
you can also keep some sort of if condition. If this count is equal to 4, then you can verify response code, or else you can keep response code in the assertion every time so that it will validate whether 200 okay is coming or not, right? So this is how you will
Yeah.
handle this kind of testing. Okay. Now let's say there is a web application. Okay, consider there is an Amazon related website, e-commerce based website is there. uh, every time whenever the login is happening, there is a token that is being generated.
Yeah.
So let's say today is, for example, today is Sunday. So you have saved that token in some particular variable. If you run the same automation suite on Monday, if you run the same API testing suite on Monday, then that token will get modified. So your API testing will not run, right? That your API sequence will get hindered. So how will you
Yes.
take care of such kind of situation?
Yeah, I will change the parameters.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
But how will you make sure that every time you are able to save that dynamic token?
Yeah. Can you repeat the question?
Okay, fine. Let's say there is an Amazon based e-commerce based website. Okay. For example,
Yes, sir.
Amazon.com or Flipkart.com. And whenever you enter the credentials, you enter username and password, then token is getting generated, right? Now, when you record this API, or maybe when you have created this suite, so you would have got some token and hence login mechanism is handled via that token. But if you run this particular suite on another day, or if you run this particular, if you perform this testing on on some another day, then the token will get modified. So every time whenever you perform login, the token gets modified. So how will you handle this dynamic token in via Postman in API testing?
Yeah, we save it to the variables.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever token is expired, we will modify in that variables.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but what kind of code you will keep over there? You will have to write some code for that, right?
Yeah, we are currently using bearer tokens.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is bearer token?
It will be taken from the browser. Like open any browser, enter our domain URL.
Mm-hmm.
In that action symbol, there is more tools. Click on content.
Mm.
Yeah. In that
Okay.
we take bearer token.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So first of all, what is bearer token? So bearer token is nothing but it is a security token, right? And
Yeah.
it is a kind of a property that any party in possession of the token. So if you have the bearer token, you can use that particular token so that you can log in into that particular application, right? So bearer token is a kind of authentication, you can say. These are predominant type of access tokens, you can say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how will this bearer token work? Can you please explain what is the working mechanism? How will this work? How bearer token works?
Like when we are executing the APIs,
Mm-hmm.
we have to must enter the tokens. But token time is 15 to exactly 15 to 45 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Then, yes, Praveen, please proceed with the answer.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how will this bearer token work?
Authorization purpose.
Mm-hmm. But can you tell me end-to-end working mechanism of bearer token?
Yeah, when we enter the token,
Mm-hmm.
after submitting the API will execute the first pre-request, then authorizations,
Mm-hmm.
test.
Then,
Yeah, test finally.
okay. See, in an interview, when someone is asking you what is the working mechanism of bearer token, right? So you have to tell in detail, like bearer token is created by whom? It is created by the authentication server. So it is created for the user by the authentication server. So when a user authenticates the application, right? You can say the client over here, the server, it gives the response. So there is a client server mechanism. So server authentication server goes and generates a token, right? So bearer token basically, what it would do, it would say give the bearer of this token access, right? So when you use OAuth 2.0, you might be aware about OAuth 1.0, OAuth 2.0, right? So bearer tokens are the predominant type of access token that are used in the OAuth 2.0, right? Now, it's you can also consider it's a kind of an opaque value, right? That is already created by the authentication server. It is not random value, right? It is created based upon the user giving you the access and the client, your application getting access, right? So this is how you have to explain bearer token, right? You cannot take the bearer token that was generated for some another user and use it for your application access. It won't work because it wasn't generated for you, right? So this is how the bearer token is happening. Okay, fine. So where exactly you are saving this bearer token in the Postman?
Variables, parameterizations.
Sorry, your voice is bit low.
Variables, sir.
Variables.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So what kind of variable? Global variable, local variable.
Global variables.
Are you sure?
Yes. If
Mhm.
we enter into the collection variables, it will only particular APIs are that particular collections will be allowed. If we enter into the global, it will be accessed by the all the same within workspace.
Mhm. Correct, correct. So actually, this bearer token will be saved as a global variable across all the API endpoints. Okay, fine. Okay, which are the different kinds of assertions that you will have in the Postman?
Since I don't have knowledge on that, sir.
Okay, no worries. So let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What are the different types of assertions that a tester can use in Postman? Okay. What is API chaining?
Yeah, using the one API response as another API request is a API joining.
Okay. What is the significance of API chaining? Why do people go for API chaining?
Why do people go for API joining? It will give the accuracy response.
Okay. Is it possible to do this API chaining in Postman?
Yes, sir. By using the prerequisites to test.
Okay. Right. So you can do API chaining in Postman as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. What is Newman?
Newman is one type of command used to test the run the all the APIs at a time. Like we save the important to the collection is file format, then we execute in the Newman.
Okay. Okay. So what is the difference between OAuth 1.0 and OAuth 2.0?
Yeah, I don't have that knowledge. We are using only Barrett.
Okay, okay, no worries. So, see, OAuth 1.0, it requires crypto implementation, right? And crypto interoperability, right? It is safe, and but implementing OAuth 1.0 has been a challenge for many developers, right? While for OAuth 2.0, signatures are not required for the actual API calls once the token has been generated, right? It has only a single security token, right?
Yes.
Whereas in OAuth 1.0, it requires client to send two security tokens for each API call and use both to generate the signature. So this is the difference between OAuth 0 and OAuth 2.0.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Okay, what do you know about Jira?
Yeah, in that Jira we are using the assign to the defects to the developer, test cycle, test case executions. We are you prepare the RTM, design the test cases with the support of Jeffers Squad.
Okay. So why do we use Zephyr?
Yeah, with support of Jeffers, we creating the test scenarios, test cycle summary.
So that you can create in Jira also, right? Is Zephyr required for creating test cycles?
Yes, sir.
Is Zephyr required for creating test cycles, Praveen?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay,
With the help
without
of
Zephyr,
Jeffers Squad.
okay, without Zephyr, test cycle won't get created.
Yeah, currently we are working with Jeffers ones.
Okay, so whenever this kind of questions are asked, if you are aware about the answer, you can give the answer, but you will have to be very confident for that, right?
Yeah.
So let's say you are not aware about the test cycle creation is via Zephyr only. So you can say, I'll have to, it has been recently introduced in our organization, so it will take some time for me to get uh, get knowledge about that or be comfortable about that, right? So these kind of questions will be asked to you, and sometimes if you are knowing the answer, then show some confidence in an interview, right?
Yeah.
So basically, Zephyr can help you in writing in writing test cases, that is one of the advantage. It has got test steps and test data, all those things, but test cycles, creation of test cycles is also one of the big advantage that Zephyr has, right?
Yes.
So that thing you can tell in an interview. Okay,
Yes.
fine. So what is the difference between Zephyr squared and Zephyr scale?
Yeah, I have knowledge on about Zephyr square, sir.
Zephyr
I
squared.
don't know.
Okay,
Yeah, only.
okay. So in Zephyr squared, let's say if you have 50 projects in Jira, how will you identify the projects that are using Zephyr squared?
Yeah, you can help me with that.
Okay, okay. So see, actually, it is possible that Zephyr is actually a customized plugin, right? In
Yes.
Jira, it is possible that you have uh, 500 to 600 users, for example. But Zephyr license is given to only 20 to 30 users. Now, if Zephyr is being used for only those 20 to 30 users, then their project will only have the Zephyr access, right? Or there will be a separate project dedicated for them. And that's how you can locate based on the licensing mechanism, right? Zephyr can be enabled via two ways. One is on the cloud, right? If you are having Jira on the cloud, or if you have installed Jira on some particular um, local machine or virtual machine, right? So accordingly,
Yes.
Zephyr licenses can be purchased. Okay. Now, let's say you have to perform testing of some particular application, right? And it has got nearly 2,500 test cases, right? The release is going to happen in 5 days. So how will you plan your testing in such a manner that the quality is not getting compromised? Also, release is successfully done.
Yeah, ad hoc testing will be performed. Risk-based testing will be performed
Hmm.
as per the Scrum Master.
Ad hoc testing. Okay. So on
As per the priority, we
hmm,
will test the test cases,
right. So
which
what
will
kind of
give
priority? Yeah, what kind of priority test cases you will take up first?
will be delivered to the client so fastly.
Hmm. Sorry, can you please come again?
Can you repeat the question again, sir?
Okay, fine. So let's say you have got some particular software or application in which there are 2000 or 2500 test cases approximately, right? Now you have to perform testing of that application or software in 5 days, right? In 5 days, it is not possible to perform testing or execute all those 2000 test cases. So how will you perform testing?
We perform the ad hoc testing like end-to-end testing
Hmm. But again,
based on the
end to end,
priority.
yes, yes. If you go for end to
Based
end
on
testing, then many test cases will get covered, right? Yes, yes. Please go ahead.
yes, yeah. Based on the priority as per the BA, we give the priority.
Okay. So what kind of test cases would be prioritized from your side?
As per the client specifications,
Hmm. Okay,
which
so
client,
you would have, yes. So in order to answer this question, what you can do is you can actually take the test cases priority. You would have written the priority of the test cases at the time of developing test cases, whether those are high test cases, medium priority, or low priority test cases. Those test cases you can take. Then you can also have a conversation with the client and get some user acceptance level test cases from them, right? Some test cases, those are touching the business scenario, business aspects, those criticality of the test cases, those critical severe scenarios you can take up first, consider them on priority for testing, right? End-to-end testing or ad hoc testing is not possible in such scenario because you don't have that much of time. You have only 5 days for you with for testing, right? So that's how you can answer this kind of question in an interview. Okay, now consider a situation where you got a defect. Okay. Now, if you perform that testing on that functionality or feature, the first two times that defect is coming, but the third time defect is not coming, right? So how will you tackle this situation?
I will test with the different systems and different environments
Okay,
and defects.
okay. What would be the severity and priority of this defect?
As per the if it, the severity, the defect impact on the business, it will be high severity.
High severity, but for the first two times it is working fine. For the third time it is not working.
Yeah,
Still,
severity will be high, priority will be high.
okay, both severity and priority will be high.
Yeah.
Okay, so let
If
this
it's
be an
impact on business workflow, it will be high severity and high priority.
okay. Okay, so let this be an open question for the people who are watching this video. What would be the severity of the defect and priority of the defect if the first two times defect is coming, sorry, if the first two times the functionality or feature is working fine, and on the third time the defect is getting reproduced or defect is or bug is happening, right? Okay. Now consider there is an e-commerce based application, flipkart.com, right? Can you tell me high level test scenarios? How will you perform testing of Flipkart application?
Yeah, first of all, we check the GUI as per the user acceptance or not.
Mm-hmm.
Test the fields.
Okay. What else apart from GUI?
Yeah, end-to-end testing like happy path, non-happy path,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Then,
business logics,
okay, what else?
positive and negative test cases.
Yeah. So which are the
In that,
positive and negative test scenarios?
yeah, for sign up we have enter the valid password and valid username.
Mm,
One kind of positive. Testing the sign up with valid test invalid test data is for negative. Like enter invalid credentials.
mm-hmm. Can you please elaborate the test scenarios?
For signature.
No, for entire application, for entire e-commerce application, which are the different test scenarios that you will use for testing?
For entire application.
Yes, so it's an e-commerce based, Flipkart based application, right? So how will you perform testing of this application?
Yeah, first of all, I verify the screen as per the user IWR norm.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah, then after check the fields like search option is as per the specification or not.
mm-hmm.
Length of the search operation search button.
Okay, then.
Yeah, select the product and add to cart.
Mm,
Searching the button products like filtering the as per the price or brands.
okay. Any other test scenarios that are coming to your mind?
Yeah, testing the add to cart with more than five products.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Accept or not. Coming to payment method, we verify with the online and offline like COD,
Mm,
net banking, credit card, debit card. After complete the payment, we are getting the message or not like order successfully placed.
mm-hmm.
Like we are searching the products like social media links or banners,
Mm,
search up search option. Like we suppose enter the one key for that product, it
mm.
will display all the products. Yeah, that's it, sir.
Okay. Okay. So whenever you get this question in a real-time interview, end-to-end test scenarios, then you have to try to give answer till 5 to 10 minutes. You have to cover various scenarios, not only the login screen, but forgot password, change password, then UI UX like search, sorting, search you covered, then sorting, filtering options, then payment gateway methods, email notifications, the cart options, then these kind of every functionality, every feature you have to cover in your test scenarios. You should be able to answer this kind of question for 8 to 10 minutes in an interview, right? First cover positive test scenarios, then cover negative test scenarios, functional, non-functional, everything you have to cover. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
No issues. So Praveen, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
Yep. No, sir.
Okay. So thank you so much, Praveen, for watching this. Sorry, for coming on this channel and giving mock interview. Yeah. And wish you all the best for
Thank
your
you, sir.
career. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving this opportunity.
Thank you.